My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Alright, today is July 8th, 2026. It is 2:49 a.m. And my last recording yesterday, I said that I was gonna record some politics, US politics and whatnot. I didn't record them. And if I have the energy tonight or this morning, I might record some of them, and I've added to that list, so it's getting longer. There's a lot of information, a lot of topics, a lot of issues that's going on that are very interesting, that some of you should at least be aware of, but I cannot go over all of them. I didn't even get a chance to work on the things that I needed to work, not YouTube stuff. Okay, other things that I'm supposed to do. I didn't even get a chance to do them because I wanted to finish edit those videos. So it took me all day. Thank God I didn't have to go anywhere, so I tackled them and get them out of the way. So now back to it again, because I love to record around this time. It's much quieter, my mind is a bit more freer, and my input is a bit more open. Not that, you know, my opinion, you guys, all of you gonna agree with them, but I feel more at ease. I don't know, it's a different vibe for me around this time. So let me not keep on talking. Let's go on X. Let me grab the first link, because I put the list. There's the list. Alright, there's a lot. Alright, so I just grabbed the first one, this one. Let's go on X. This is on the list, but it's further down. I actually took screenshot, put it on my community board for you guys already. So there are some tweets that I put on my community board, and I took as many screenshots as I can that could fit into the posts on my community board, so you guys could read them, because when I'm doing the video I may not go over all of them. Okay, so this is the first tweet. It's now clear that elaborate and deceitful trap had been laid for Harry, Meghan and their children. Okay, for those who are new, I have a video on my other channel, PYTE, that I call it it has been done before. Okay, I saw it since 2020, I believe, when I did that video. I'm not surprised by it. This is why I wasn't too inclined to cover Harry's thing in the UK if all of them had gone. Okay, and I was so not into it. I was like, if Harry and Meghan goes to the UK, I'm not gonna cover the thing, because it's I do not have special powers. If I did, I would have been a millionaire. If I had special powers, I would have been a millionaire. It's like the thing is playing right in front of me. Okay, I saw it miles away, and these people, they do not care. They are not freaking human. They do not possess qualities of human being. They are freaking monsters. Anyone who shows any kind of qualities of human, you know, empathy, understanding, you know, all this stuff, they resent you. So why would Meghan and the kids offer themselves to these monsters? So I was like, if they go, I'm not gonna cover them being over there, because I saw the barbarism of things that could have easily happened, because these people, they don't care. And if you look at the Epstein files, things that they've done to children, not just the, you know, SA kind of thing, but they freaking eat them. So if they could even do that, what? I mean, I don't want to go too deep into that. Pretty much I was not gonna cover it, but thank God it's only Harry and the squad are talking or bringing other conversation, and I try to focus on the Invictus post only. I've shared some of those Invictus posts tweets on my community board already, so I try to focus on that, not the Rangers or the papers. Alright, so that's that. Alright, I only read the first sentence and I went on. It's now clear that an elaborate and deceitful trap had been laid for Harry, Meghan, and the children. Once again, Princess Diana stepped in from heaven and said, "Not on my watch." I hope this is finally the moment Harry realizes he can never trust his poisonous snake father and brother. Okay, so when I saw this, I posted that 14 hours ago. Well, I called it in a video back in 2020. I put the link of it. Okay, I'm not surprised at all. Our prayers are working overtime for the Sussexes. Alright, that's the screenshot of the thing, of the video. It has been done before. I said the same. Harry, listen to the sign, your mother. Okay. Harry, listen to the signs your mother is sending to you from heaven. Regular, regular this UK visit. What? Okay. You are a Spencer, Harry. Cut the evil Windsors loose. They want you and your family gone, like your mom. They won't stop till it happened. You said it yourself. They want to repeat a history. Well said. Alright, so what is that? That's an ad. Okay, Harry knows those snakes. He gave them enough rope to expose themselves globally. So true. My heart breaks for Harry. He did not deserve this at all. He did not. Love that picture. Thank you. For the life of me, I can't understand why Harry keeps pushing a relationship with his father when he has seen documented proof that his father has put him and his family in harm's way and wish harm to them. I just don't understand Harry. I'm really getting frustrated with him. Okay, Prince, let's pause this. Prince Harry needs to cut it and stay prayed up. The BP and the firm are disgustingly vile. Stay far away from them. Alright. I have some stuff regarding the lawsuit. I don't know if it's gonna be in the same video or it's on the same group list of tweets to share with you, or it's on my next one. Let me see. Yeah, it's on the same one. Hopefully I could squeeze everything. Okay, next tweet. A pointless psychodrama that revealed Charles' character and judgment to be deeply flawed. His ego is bruised by his son, his position threatened by his brother, so he responds by protecting his brother and rejecting his son. You see the same thing with the Epstein file. Okay, he knows, Charles knows that he has more power over his son. Okay, but those other people who he called friends, oh, I have so many friends, oh, so many friends.
Mrs. Barker Bowles is a great friend of mine. I have a large number of friends. I'm terribly lucky to have so many friends who I think are wonderful and make the whole difference to my life, which would become intolerable otherwise.
These people, he's more afraid of them because they play their card really well. When they were trying to get things on Charles, okay, I don't want to go too deep on my thing since the Queen Mother passed. I'll put a screenshot of that. You could pause and read some of the screenshots. They align himself, those papers, those people Charles called friends. They align themselves with Charles, pretend that they are friends, make him feel comfortable, at ease. He get whatever he wants. Meanwhile, they were keeping tab on him. Okay? So they have a lot of dirt on Charles. And Charles do not want those dirts to be out. So since he has more power on Harry than those people, because those people are like a group of mafias. Okay? They are a group of mafias. They don't care about the law. If one of them goes to jail, yeah, they stay in jail or whatever. Or they could buy the judge and get themselves out of there because they play with fear. You do something to them, they have someone else who could carry out the work to keep them in line. So Charles is more afraid of these people. Despite the fact that he has a freaking army. I don't know what's wrong with his brain. He has a freaking army where he could, I know that, what do you call this, constitutional monarchy. He doesn't have full power, but what he's displaying right now, he's showing he has a lot of power over there. Okay? You may say, oh, what I'm talking about, the lawsuit Harry just lost. His security, where his mother, Charles' mother, Harry's grandmother, have shown they could provide him with security. So how come all of a sudden Charles cannot do anything about that? So Charles has a lot of power over there. The monarchy has a lot of power in the UK. Okay? That simple aspect of the debacle with security right now that Harry is facing, and when you compare it with the Queen, where the Queen provides security for Meghan and Harry and the kids, okay, you know Charles can do something about it, but he refused to. So what he's displaying is that they're holding something on Charles, and Charles is afraid of these people. So since he has more power, more leverage on Harry, so he rather use it against his son. And that is very dangerous if Harry understands what I'm saying here. But he still needs to be very careful, because in a heartbeat, Charles could eliminate him. Okay? So Harry needs to be careful. Just like some of the the responses that I'm reading here. Yeah, Charles may talk one thing on the phone with Harry, but if those group of mafia says something, okay, which I think is what is being played here, and what is being played here is that I've said this in the past. In one of those lawsuits, it was revealed that William had already settled with the papers. And one of the things that I have said is that they probably give William some extra cash to make sure Harry doesn't sue. So William probably guaranteed them, yes, he can make that happen, thinking that he's above Harry. He can control Harry. Little did he know Harry has a mind of his own. He's not playing with these people. Okay? So William did not hold his part of the bargain. And there's the part here where they're holding William for not holding his part of the bargain, and they probably give him some extra cash. It may not be that much, but they make it believe that it's a lot, because they had more leverage. William and Harry had more leverage, but whatever. But this is something that I have said, and I think this is what is being played here. So in order for them, that last lawsuit, for William to, I guess, pay back or something, a part of his bargain, they probably worked William up to pressure his father, because Charles is afraid of William, and William knows he could do certain things because he's next in line. So all of this is being played here, and then they probably put some pressure on the judge to make it happen. And this is where the problem is. How can, after all these previous lawsuits, how could all of a sudden things change like that? And they did the same thing to, what's this guy, the actor, Johnny Depp. This is something that I covered, where he proved his case, and you see all the key players that's still being played in this lawsuit as well. And this lawsuit that Harry just lost, it was also part of Johnny Depp's case. So something with these group is very troubling for the country and the UK. Okay? That lawsuit that Johnny Depp have proved himself, he did, and the same lawyer too. I think Sherborne was the lawyer for Johnny Depp as well. All right, so almost the same key players, with the exception of the claimant, which is Harry and Johnny Depp. That's different, but all other groups are the same key players. So something is very stink with that group. You guys could look into it, the group of people that I'm making reference to. Okay? And then, with what I've just said, the pressure William and Charles and all of this. So something is not right. If The justice in the UK is, its eyes is wide open. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. That's all. The system is rotten, and the US is starting to be that way. But the key thing, the difference here is there's a lot of prominent people in the US who's fighting back. But all these people in the UK, they already have their position. They secure those elite people. They already secure. They hold all doors. That's the thing here. And then the US is trying to do the same thing. So before it takes over, similar to the UK, there's a lot of people who's fighting back to prevent all doors, all key players, all key doors should not be held by this type of mafia type of people. This is what's happening here. Did I read that caption? Okay. A pointless psychodrama that revealed Charles' character and judgment to be deeply flawed. His ego is bruised by his son, his position threatened by his brother, so he responds by protecting his brother and rejecting his son. Andrew is accused of numerous criminal offenses, and Charles pays for him to live in a Sandrian mansion. Harry is accused of no crime, but Charles has cut him off completely. You know what that remind me? This journalist who was fired by CBS. I think I have that speech, that commencement speech that he made, where he said they're making, bad look good and good look bad. This is the same thing that's happening. Here's the video, if I have it.
But in this moment, this morning, our sacred rule of law is under attack. Journalism is under attack. Universities are under attack. Freedom of speech is under attack. And insidious fear is reaching through our schools, our businesses, our homes, and into our private thoughts. The fear to speak in America. Power can rewrite history with grotesque, false narratives. They can make criminals heroes and heroes criminals. Power can change the definition of the words we use to describe reality. Diversity is now described as illegal. Equity is to be shunned. Inclusion is a dirty word. This is an old playbook, my friends.
They just fired him. Scott Pelley, one of the best journalists of his time, a staple of Sunday night on 60 Minutes.
Alright, time for Harry to forget about this family and watch them tear themselves apart. Being a Republic supporter means you are against all monarch, not just certain individual. You criticize King Charles, but okay with Harry using taxpayers' money. This sound hypocritical. Where did Harry's using the taxpayers' money? Let me see here. Okay, what the hell are you talking about? What tax funds is Harry using? He wants to pay for the security. Pay attention. UK is different from US. You can't hire and pay for police protection in UK. Harry knows this and wants taxpayers funded. Is this not too long ago? Could have been last week. Was it Taylor Swift had a freaking like a convoy of police to do things for her? I paid tax for 50 years and will rather have the son of the king protected when he visits, and it's shameful that Charles took away the security in first place but still pays for Epstein friends Andrew. Let me pause for a second. So I just asked Google, did Taylor Swift use UK police protection? Yes, Taylor Swift received UK police protection. Her team was provided with a high-level taxpayer-funded police escort, including a blue light motorbike convoy. Okay, so that alone. Harry wasn't gonna use any taxpayers funding. He offered to pay for it. Let me pause and get the screenshot and put it on that freaking comment. I hate when people, or like, there's a piece of their brain that freaking missing when it comes to Harry's reality. I'm also going to put this. Ask Google, did Prince Harry wanted to pay for the UK police protection? Yes, Prince Harry offered to personally pay for his own UK police protection. Alright, so I'm gonna put that as well. Oh, not this. Alright, so so this is what I wrote. What the F are you talking about? Harry wanted to pay for the security he was asking for. When you say BS like that, then why Taylor Swift was provided with taxpayers funded security? Let's put an arrow here. Okay, so the UK needs to be consistent with the police protection narrative. Okay, I'm running. Revealing itself. Okay, what they want to do with Harry, but I can't put it. So that's that. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. I spent too much time on this. You could pause and read this, okay? Next one, I went back. What was this about? Oh, Charles, thanks. Let's move on. I spent too much time on this. I'm already 19 minutes. I spoke too much. Okay. That's a GIF. They got scared because they thought Harry will do a victory speech from Buckingham Palace. That's the laugh here. That would have been funny though. That was the reason the palace accommodation offer was yanked. But can you imagine when Harry wins and does a victory speech from Althorp House? So she was making reference to the lawsuit which Harry lost. When was that? That was 7 yesterday. Okay, extract from the Time. Quote, the Times understand that Harry has also specifically asked to stay at the palace tonight on the day a judgment is expected in his case against Associate newspaper, the publisher of the Daily Mail, and the Mail on Sunday. There were reports at the weekend that Harry was planning a victory speech. They don't know. None of this. Harry is not that type. After the judgment, which could have put his father in a uncomfortable position that would threaten to compromise the constitutional rule. These are just stupid excuses. How is a court case that doesn't concern you be the reason unless you are one of the people he's in the court with? Yet again, the royal family picked the media side of the war because they know without the sycophantic media popping them up, people will find out exactly who they are. This isn't a family, never has been. Okay. He speaks outside the courthouse. No, at 2 p.m. he will be at the Invictus Summit that starts at 2. I hope he speaks afterward. Alright. Also from the Times. Oh my god, let's see if I could see it. Okay, much better. It is understood that every effort has been made to facilitate Harry's stay, and as a courtesy to staff, he had been asked to respond by the end of last week. Palace sources say Harry formally declined the King's offer on Saturday morning. A request was rejected later that day to accept the offer, but the hospitality and staffing provision was no longer available. After consultation with the King, the decision not to extend the invitation was communicated to Harry over the weekend. That's not a freaking family. I don't know. I think it's more that in the US, Buck House is the very symbol of royalty, which will help their brand. Remember, as a child, when Meghan Markle visited the UK with the Pretty family, it was top of their agenda. Why did he only wanted to take up the offer of accommodation for this particular night then? Why not yesterday or tomorrow? We really do not. They want to plan in advance. We really do not know the verdict, and I distrust these articles. Harry is solely out of his mind. He can't accept he destroyed his life, and what the hell is that? That must be a bot. Okay, when I see comment like this, these are bots. I don't want to come across them again. Alright, next tweet. This tweet, I also put a comment, a link to a comment that I respond to. Okay, so it's showing. It's there too. So let me get this straight. Harry and Meghan agreed to come to the UK with their children, have their security pulled, then try to arrange their own security last minute, determine it's not safe for Meghan and the kids due to well-documented threats. Harry continues to look for his own security, finds it. agrees to stay at Buckingham Palace, then is told it's too late and this is somehow their fault. I mean, so there's the finished thing here. Insanity. I think they know, the Sussexes know something, so they're playing along with the palace. Okay, they know something, but they're playing along with the palace, knowing the palace will not agree. Alright, if I get invited to stay in someone's house and take my sweet time to confirm, I won't be surprised that when I answer, they will say, never mind, we made other plans. That's pretty much what happened here. So that's my response to this, which I put the link to. Okay, their sweet time is to make sure the health and safety of their family is secure. I don't know the full story of the process, but knowing the danger involved and past situation, I'm sure they didn't want to go to a place blindly, not knowing all the W's. The W's meaning who, what, where, when, okay, and how. King Charles did it before, so they knew. Alright, so this is why I said they knew. Alright, no, Prince Harry did not stay at a secure location when he visited his father. That's from an old thing that I asked. So pretty much this is the part here. As the monarch's offer did not include any personal security measures, it could have left Prince Harry in a visible location with public entrance and exit point and no police protection. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is something similar to that. They offer Harry, and then Harry probably said, okay, if this is where you're gonna put me, I'm gonna bring my own security to stay where there is no videos or security cameras or where anybody could come in. I want to put my own people there. That's what I think happened. And then they changed their mind. Okay, the palace changed their mind. This is what I think happened. Alright, so I covered this. I put the link on the list, so I just covered it. Let's read some more here. Apparently, they had no staff available to make up a bed in Buckingham Palace. Is that what they say? They're trying to come up with all sort of reasons. Okay, maid and domestic staff is the estimated number 100 to 120 staff members. The breakdown. Okay, so that's this. You could pause and read it. Okay. They're trying to make excuse. They know they are wrong. The palace know they are wrong. Harry is catching them at every corners. That's what's happening here. I know it's hard for him, but I wish Harry would stop trying to have a relationship with those people. He needs to go no contact with all of them. Again, yes, I agree with that comment. I think also Harry knows how the palace is playing the game. So each time they offer him something, he counter offer with something else, knowing that they will not agree. So Harry is not giving them any reasons. That's what I think is happening here. The same way they're saying Princess Diana did not want any security, this and that. That's the video where the narrative was going on.
In October 1996, Princess Diana flew to Italy to be given a medal for her contribution to humanitarian work, especially in the field of public health. When she had attempted to withdraw from public life back in 1993, she had insisted on her Scotland Yard bodyguards being permanently removed, apparently because she was worried that they might be spying on her. But without royal protection, Princess Diana was increasingly being thrown to the lions.
Okay, about Princess Diana. So Harry is not giving them any reason. You want to stay at Buckingham Palace? Harry was like, yes. And then probably other logistic type of question follow up. And then each nonsense they give Harry, and Harry counter, sue them and counteract them with a different proposition. And they know that they can get away with it. That's what I think is happening. Tell me why the taxpayers should pay for him to stay at Buckingham Palace. Did somebody respond to that? The taxpayer. Let me grab my comment. I think there's my comment from previous. Okay. Did I put it correctly? Let me pause. I copied the wrong link. Alright, so there it is here. That same thing that I went over and responded to. I put it here. So taxpayers of UK government on the Buckingham Palace. That's that. Where you think the UK government get their money from fund, upkeep. Alright. So that's that. These are the rangers I do not want to come across. I responded, then let's move on. Next tweet. You could pause and read. Okay? Next tweet. where was I? This one, Jeremy Vine. So I have two videos. I don't know if it's the same thing about Jeremy Vine or it could be different caption. Let's pause this. It's absolutely terrible. Prince Harry is coming to London to do something wonderful for the veteran. King Charles should treat Harry like a son and offer him a room to sleep. 1 minute and 15 seconds.
I did it. Charles, father, Harry's son. Yes.
That's correct.
I've got
That's
it.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, imagine you are coming to the UK
Yep.
to do something wonderful, the Invictus Games, right?
Yep.
Your father has lots of houses. It doesn't even have to be Buckingham Palace.
No.
He's coming to do something wonderful for veterans. And as your father, you cannot offer your son a roof over your head.
We hear you. We hear you. Listen, there are...
It is absolutely terrible.
He's got spare rooms. There's no doubt. It's something else that's going on.
Harry is not asking his father for money. Harry is not asking his father for coins. You know, it is the king should treat his son like a son. Is Harry not the king's son?
That's a brilliant... Okay, leave that question hanging, because that's almost Shakespearean. Is Harry not the king's son?
Treat
After
him
the
like
break.
his son.
Oh, you were supposed to leave it hanging, Sarah. We want more of your calls on whether the king should let Harry stay at Buckingham Palace. He's turned his son away. What do you think was going on? Okay.
You know, if I was Harry, I mean, I would buy a huge plot of land just to piss people off. Buy a huge plot of land, build a massive house, because he's not there all the time, but just keep a space, when he's over there he could stay, but house as many people as possible, veterans, whatnot, to stay at that place. That will piss these people off, because when Harry does good things, the palace is upset. That's what I would have done. Build a massive place and put veterans. I guess veterans will be a good people that could house those things for Harry. Alright, they don't have to worry about I don't know, bills, mortgage, whatnot. Build a massive place with different apartments. Have them stay there with I don't know, do some sort of a subsidy type of things to piss off the royal family. At least when he's over there, he could have a roof over his head. He could bring his own security and whatnot and things like that. And I'm sure those vets will be more than happy to keep Harry secure. That's what I will do to piss the royal family off. He did. Harry declined. He waited until he knew it was too late and changed his mind. The offer is still open for a future visit. Hopefully Harry will accept this time. They want time to be able to plot and do whatever they need to do for to Harry. Okay, everyone needs to move on from the royal family. Just forget about them and let them flounder with no attention paid to them. Harry needs to move on too. Sad, but best for him and his family. Everyone else has no reason to support the royal family with tax money. I agree with that. I truly agree with that. You mean the son who fantasized about blowing his father up? What about it in a book? Where did that come from? Okay, let me black this. The king offered room to Harry in 2 different royal palaces. He refused. Then Harry changed his mind, and then his mind once again. I will close and lock the door to any relative that also inconsiderable and rude. Meghan only wants friends. Oh, again, we don't know the talking point behind closed doors, and we know, like the thing that I shared a few moments ago, it might be still there. Okay, like this one. Oh, about security, not that one. Where Charles offered him to stay at a location where there's no security and things like that, to put Harry's life at risk, where these people could come in and do whatever they want. Alright, what veteran? It's all about Harry every single time, because you guys will keep on talking about it. Let me pause it, and I need to grab some Invictus thing. Alright, so this is what I wrote. That's because, okay, I'm responding to this. What veterans? It's all about Harry every single time at Invictus. That's because you people keep talking about Prince Harry. If you follow We Are Invictus, the organization is laser focused on its mission. Take this post for instance. Alright, so there it is here. Alright, focusing on the mission. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. Alright, the next tweet is about Jeremy Vine as well. For the Invictus videos, I will be showing them on our Port of View service without any interruption. My next video this video 2. I think I'm gonna have part 1 and part 2 for the first video here because I have more things to talk about, more tweets to share with you. But when I'm showing the videos about Invictus and whatnot, it's gonna be on our Port of View service, where the video is gonna be, I'm gonna share it without any interruption, no screenshot, because that channel is not monetized and YouTube does not want to monetize it. So I'm like, okay, fine, it doesn't have to be monetized. So now I could post the videos freely, and you could, if they flag it, they do whatever, I don't care. All right, next tweet, because I'm not getting paid for it. King Charles is pathetic. Prince Harry is the only royal that has fought for the country. He's a decent guy. Unfortunately, I heard, what's his name? Andrew, fought as well. Obviously, Harry has been attacked from all angles of the media, and Charles is tied up with the media. Bill from County Durham. The panelist said this is bad PR for the palace. Jeremy Vine goes on to wish that Harry will return to work for the monarchy and repeats the lie that Harry called his family racist, despite being reminded previously that Harry did not say this, and when asked later, at the most have referenced unconscious bias. 2 minutes and 36 seconds. So it's a different clip. This people. The evil. The evil.
So do you think Charles is right to say, I'm sorry, we can't put you up?
Absolutely not. It's pathetic. He's pathetic. I mean, it's unbelievable that a son who's in line for the throne, who fought for 10 years in Afghanistan for this country, who loves this country, the only royal who's fought in Afghanistan, all the rest with the chocolate medals on, when they parade through the street, it's pathetic.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, he is the king's son. If he can't get protection when the likes of these politicians get round-the-clock protection, it's unbelievable. And Harry is a decent man. Obviously, he's been attacked from all angles of the press, of the media, and Charles is tied up with the media. And at the end of the day, it's come back on Harry. And to say he can't stay in Buckingham Palace with all them rooms is absolutely, it makes Charles look even more pathetic.
Yeah, I wonder whether he's taken advice. It's almost what you were saying.
Bad PR.
Yeah.
So from a business and a family perspective, I don't understand this decision.
Well, I think they've got to try and get Harry back as well, because I think it's like we're going back to football again, where they're only playing 7 players. They've lost, the central defence, and Andrew's obviously benched for probably 1,000 years. Yeah, he's not going to play again.
Yeah.
I suppose to continue the analogy, we've got Princess Anne.
Let's not forget, Andrew have betrayed the country. Forget the Epstein thing, okay? Not to forget it completely because it's very bad. But when you look at a different angle, Andrew's behavior, things that he has done with his position, is pretty much, in my humble opinion, he's like a traitor to the UK. With things that he has done within his position. Alright, so let's continue.
Fallen over the hoarding.
Yeah.
Well, because she's not as active as she was. No. She's the hardest working.
I just think people can't relate as well. I'm at that stage where the kids are spreading their wings, and I'm so happy when they decide to check in and come to mum's. It's like, I just love having them there. I can't imagine being in a world where it got to this.
Well, the thing with Charles, on the other hand, he never was a hand-on dad. So there was never a relationship there. Even when Harry was born, okay, he did the photo app, do all this stuff with Princess Diana in front of the palace, and then once he got home, what did they say he did? He went to play polo, and he was done. Alright, so
It's so sad.
I think it's when it goes public. It's like the Beckhams. Once it goes public, it's really hard to reel it back. Because then the press keep reminding you of the row. And the row with Harry was when he accused the royal family of being racist. You know, and that caused, and they wrote the book Spare and that, and his brother's obviously cheesed off with him as well. But I would have thought with these days, Los Angeles isn't that far away when you got Zoom. Can't they start Zooming? Thanks, Bill.
Mediation.
Chris, well, I think they've got to, can they not get connected now?
Of course you can. There's Zoom, there's FaceTime, but that's not the point. Don't we want a family reunion?
Maybe we do. Chris?
Well, the UK wanted a distraction, okay? The Epstein thing, all this stuff was too much for them. And they knew all this were going to come out. They wanted a distraction. They begged. They spent so much money to get Invictus, okay? And then with that, once they got it, and then they create this narrative talking non-stop and mistreating Harry. Okay, get Harry back. Why will Harry come back to that horrible, cool, vicious family? Like him or loathe him, but Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has fought and was for the UK. Yeah, I'm glad that I mentioned it when I heard it. Okay, so that's true. So let's not forget about that. Despite his traitor, what would you say? Traitor behavior of the country as well. You need a history lesson regarding royals who fought for this country. Try reading up on it. Apart from Prince Andrew, who served under fire and Falkland, Harry's service is nowhere near as active as has been made out. Alright, so that's that. No matter what, the key thing here, he served. Okay? He risked his life, no matter how you look at it. Look at the other one. What's his name? The youngest son of the other production guy, Andrew's brother, youngest brother. He didn't even stay for finish his training. All right, next week. This might be part 2. Okay, I'm gonna continue.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.